after he had threatened to kill me, I grabbed a gun and I ran upstairs and kicked the door in. And he was laying in bed with the shotgun pointed at the door and shot at me and missed my head by about 6 inches.
Willie D Live.
So it just was a lot of sowing discord. So, I mean, I would say if you are unhappy with what your government's doing, exercise your voice. I would say, because this is stuff that I wasn't aware of. Call your congressman, write letters, go to the Capitol. You can make an appointment to sit down with your congressman or organize protests, but make sure it's peaceful. I don't think, like they say, violence is never the answer. I think you're going to get a lot further if you get 1 million people in D.C. on a peaceful protest or a march and a movement like that, and you're going to get people to support you and donate to you and fund you to do that. And I think you'll get a lot farther, but I wouldn't advise going and storming the Capitol. No, not at all.
I read somewhere where you said, you allegedly said that you had murder on your mind or murder in your heart at the time when you went down there and you was
I have heard that, but I don't know where that came from. That was some kind of court document or something like that. I don't know if the DA said that, but I never said I had murder on my mind.
Yeah. But here's what I want to know. Like, I want to know why are white guys so angry? Like this is a serious question, man. I mean, I'd be really wanting to know this because y'all got it made in the United States of America. Like the play is set up for y'all to win. Even if y'all lose, it's set up for y'all to make a comeback. Y'all, it's like white guys in America, white men in America gets more opportunity than anybody. I think we can all, honestly agree to that. Why are y'all so willingly ready to burn this motherfucker down? You know what I'm saying? When y'all got everything, y'all got the deck stacked in y'all favor. Well, why are y'all so angry?
I would say, for me personally, I don't think I'm that angry, but I will say this, that...
sitting here talking to you today, you don't seem that angry. Right. But when you had that damn tomahawk, putting that tomahawk to work, that tomahawk axe to work,
right?
You seem like you could really tear up some shit.
Well, my motivation was not preservation, but preserving other people's lives. But I would say that my lifestyle has not been a typical white guy's lifestyle. I did 3 years in prison as a juvenile in the state of Texas in the Texas Youth Commission. From the age of 15, I committed aggravated robbery. 16, I was in a car with two guys who shot and killed a person and shot 2 more people. While I was in the car with them, I was convicted under the law of parties and charged with attempted murder. I did 3 years in the Texas Youth Commission in Gainesville State School. I was released at the age of 19. By the age of 20, my mom had married this guy who was violent and beat her and abused her. And one night I came home and he threatened to kill me. Later on that night, him and my mom were fighting. After he had threatened to kill me, I grabbed a gun and I ran upstairs and kicked the door in. And he was laying in bed with the shotgun pointed at the door and shot at me and missed my head by about 6 inches. So
that's how you got off. That's how you...
Yeah, well, whenever that happened, I ran downstairs and called 911, and I'm on the phone to 911, and I've got a pistol. And my mom comes down there and says, "Hey, he's just trying to scare you. Don't call the cops." And I'm like, he just shot at me with the 20 gauge shotgun and missed my head by that much. You're crazy. And the 911's like, "Can you get out of the house?" I was like, my mom is old. She's right here. Well, he comes down the stairs, and he
with the shotgun.
With the shotgun, yeah. And he got to the bottom of the stairs, and before he could, it was probably from here to that wall over there. Before he could come around that corner and get me, I just jumped up from behind the counter with my mom right here and started shooting. I shot 11 times, and long story short, he ended up dying on the way to the hospital. So,
how many times you hit him?
I hit him 11 out of 13 times.
Well, damn.
And with a 9mm, and but I was 20 years old. I was a baby, you know what I mean? In my eyes, I was still I had done 3 years in TYC at that point for participating in a gang-related shooting, just being in the car. And then now here I am 20 years old and I've killed my own stepdad,
But that was justified, bro.
I know.
In fact, that was honorable.
No, and
You know what I mean?
part of me
Yeah.
says that. The other part of me is like, that was somebody's dad. That was somebody's son.
That was somebody's uncivilized mutt.
That's right. No, and
You know what
I
I'm
agree.
saying?
But it
Like,
was something that
Yeah.
tormented me as a man. Like part of me, the street side of me was like, he got what he deserved, and the other side of me was like, that was a human life. And so I struggled
I
with
got
that
you.
emotionally
Okay.
and spiritually. And I started, after that, I turned real bad to drugs and alcohol because I couldn't cope with reality that I was dealing with. And so that led to like 3 different trips to prison and as an adult in the state of Texas. And so was I angry, man? I was a wounded little boy who found out he was adopted when he was 13 and had an identity crisis and tried to create this persona, listen to the Ghetto Boys and NWA. And
Man, don't blame us, man. Blame NWA, man.
I am a product of my but no, I listened to the music, and I turned to the streets. I ran from my family because I felt like they lied to me and betrayed me, and I created this persona of who I thought Shane Jenkins was, and I thought I was tough and a gangbanger and all these things, and they had a place for me.